YouTube? Welcome back to another video. This time we're talking about the Honda Acti and how you could import one yourself. Well, this is a 97, okay, and I imported this one myself, and I tell you, it's a hassle and a half, but once you understand it and done your first one, then it gets easier on out, because now you have connections, you know which companies to buy from, so on and so forth. So I went through a company called Davey, and they bid on your behalf, and through auction blocks through Japan. And so I managed to bid on this, and I won it, and it's here today. And I'm gonna break down what I had to do and the cost to get this here. So essentially, there's many companies out there that you can buy these from. The biggest one that I always find is Car from Japan. They do buy it now at a very low cost to ship it to a port in the United States. That does not include your US taxes, and if you go through a broker fees, cleaning fees, and transportation from the port to your house. Unfortunately, if you don't live near a port, you have your two options. You can go out there if you have a trailer and go pick it up yourself, or you hire a company to pick it up and bring it to you. If you're inland like Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa, things get a little pricey since you're not closer to a port. So I'm going to be posting a couple photos of the companies I've used and the broker I used and the cost to bring this gorgeous piece of machinery here. And let me grab my little cheat sheet I made. So my little cheat sheet I made. So if you go through my company that I went through, called Davey Japan, they were wonderful people. They use WhatsApp to contact. There was a language barrier if you had a phone call with them, but texting was pretty straightforward. I had a sales agent with me, and they showed me every vehicle that came to the auction block, and they only wanted to bid like 3.0 and above in grade. This one's 3.5. It had some dents and dings, but this, I haven't found an issue with it that I mean, I broke the spare tire carrier. Oops, the nut snapped. But they also included a nice little manual for this car. Pull it right here. So that's what you get, a nice packet full of all your documentations, your export certification, the title for the vehicle, and everything like that. It was a pretty straightforward process. So what you have to do is you have to put down a deposit. They have different amounts on there, and then they could start ahead the bidding process. So my max bid on this was about, I was around $2,000 for my max bid. It went to $2,722, and or 20,000, or not 20,000, my bad, I can't speak, but it's $2,077, and I will show you my diagram on a little photo. But that was the cost of the vehicle I won at auction. The agent fee was about $828.13, and then the freight cost to ship it from the port to the United States was $16.56 and 26 cents. So overall complete total from vehicle to the port in the United States was $4,561.61 to bring it to the United States. That was not included the cost of the broker I hired. The company I used was called Cartainer Ocean Line. and they handle all my paperwork from start to finish. They were easy to contact. They were pretty straightforward. They wanted contact of the seller from the company, easy, all right through emails, zero complaints. I will clip in a photo of their website. Don't mind those popping sounds. Taxes from the for the broker fees and taxes, everything came out to $14.52. And then when the vehicle got to port, unfortunately, they found seeds contamination, so they charged me $350. Now keep that in mind when you get these from these sellers and websites, that they don't really clean them. So if there's anything they find that the government doesn't like, say seeds, you will get stuck with a $350 cleaning fee. Now you do get the option to return the vehicle back to sender at your expense. Shipping from the port to my house was $950. So grand total of everything was there is $3,341.61. Okay, so titles and plates, I had to spend $388.99 on a piece of paper. That paper states that I can drive this on the road. Plates, where I'm from, I had to get collector plates. So with collector plates, I had to do it one time, no registration. Registration's one time, one payment. That was another $200. So my grand total of everything I put into it from Japan to my house and got it plated for the road, I spent $7,903.22. So for $7,000 for this vehicle, it is an SDX with a 5-speed and it's 4-wheel drive all the time. And I haven't, besides dents, dinks, maybe the color's off a little bit, you know, for being a 97, it only has 55K on the odometer. I literally drive this 2 hours and back on country highways. It can go on the interstate in the right lane. Minimum speed limit here is 45. I topped this out at 60 to 70 miles an hour, but she is screaming. So let's start walking around in this vehicle, give you a nice overview of it. So the process was pretty straightforward. Like I said, I'm going to clip in all the companies I used and how everything went. So you find the seller that you want to talk to and you purchase it. Now it might seem a little odd because sometimes they just do PayPal and you have to convert the American dollars to yen and then give it to them. It seems a little fishy there, but it's all good. After you found your vehicle, so say let's go car from Japan, and you decided you found one for $2,000 or whatever is the cost. I will clip in an example. You can buy that now, and from Car Japan, the cost to ship it from the port to your house, or from Japan to a port, that's in the included price. So if it says $2,200, $2,500, $2,900 to ship it, that's the vehicle and the shipping cost, from my understanding. My next vehicle, I'm gonna buy through them and see how that all works out. But after you get that, they're gonna ask you for a broker or you to file the paperwork to get it into the port. They will find the ship to put it on, they will sign everything, they handle all it's all in that price. Once you get everything going and you got your car on the boat, Then your broker, I recommend getting a broker because paperwork is a hassle, and if you mess something up, it can cost you in the long run when US Customs gets a hold of your car. So I use the Container Ocean Liner company. Again, I'll clip it in, and wonderful. They handled everything went smoothly. I got my release paperwork and I handed off to my transport company. My transport company, I'll put that in there as well. They were easy to work with. They told me my car was going to be in 3 days. I got it literally the next day. I was at work actually, and they called me up like, hey, where you at? I'm like, what do you mean? You're supposed to be on a Thursday, not a Wednesday. So I was really stoked about that. I have a photo of that coming off the trailer. It's honestly pretty straightforward once you get everything going. You might get hiccups, like the vehicle's not clean, the government doesn't like it, there's something wrong. There's a lot of possibilities that could go wrong, but can also go in your favor. So, you know, if you're out there trying to import one, don't be overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed, and after I clip in these clips and everything, it's pretty straightforward. Depending on your fuel costs on transportation from these companies, like, it was cheaper for me to hire someone than getting a U-Haul truck and going down there and getting it myself. It was going to cost me $2 grand versus $1,000. I'd rather take the $1,000. So, you know, I couldn't go wrong with this vehicle. Nothing at all. Like, I already did some modifications. I put underglow under the vehicle, and it's a head turner. I'm telling you, if you want to pull the trigger and get one and want to import one yourself, I recommend it. I really do. Only because these things are so amazing, and I tow a 83 Buick wagon to move it around because it was dead. No problem. That first gear is a monster, I'm telling you. Pretty simple, pretty easy to clean. When it comes to like parts and replacements, that's the tricky part, because there's no real parts here in the United States. So you got to sit there and research a little bit. There's a few good forums out there that tell you what to use, what kind of oil to use, but overall, it's not bad. Yeah, after a long ride, after 2 hours in buggy Wisconsin, you get bugs all over the place. You know, I hope you guys find this video very educational on the process of importing these. So I want to see more of these on the roads and just educate people, you know. It's so nice to know that there's a huge community, a huge love for these small cars. Like, my next couple ones are going to be a couple more Hondas, maybe pick up a van or two, and then go for the cars. And my goal is to like resell them. Unfortunately, everyone doesn't really like that. The value on these, it's a piece and a half, you know. You can find them for $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. And they could be beat up, blown motor, no title, lost paperwork, like. And then people find values of them $10,000 to $20,000. But it all depends on what you want to pay for, what you want, what you feel like is a true value of the vehicle. Where I live, I personally feel like they're worth about $10,000 because I'm inland. I don't have a port. I can't get them super cheap. You know, I gotta factor in fuel cost and everything else, and then the repairs if I gotta do anything. The paperwork alone is a headache. So here I feel like they're worth 10 grand all day long. Granted, I don't have cool wheels or the interior's a little beat up, but saying goes, there's always a seat with every ass or something like that. I don't know. But can you go down south and pick one of these up for like 5 grand? Yeah, you can. Do you want to import one yourself? Because there's different options, different affordabilities. You can get one for probably $1,000 imported, but it might be high mileage. It might have 200K on it. It might need a motor, it might need a trans, it might need CV axles, it might need tires, wheels, it might need everything except the body, you know? So it's just one of those things that you just got to think about. Like, what are my options? So I kind of figured I wanted to post a video about it and my experience with importing. Because now you can go around and brag to your friends and say, oh, I imported my own car. And your friends are gonna be like, what? That's insane, that's cool. And you know, you can go to your buddy's bonfire meets or go out to the bar. Everyone's gonna talk to you. Everyone's gonna come out. Everyone's gonna wanna see it and everything. I don't know, I have very great positive with it. There's a huge community with it. And I just want to just see more of these. And I'm gonna buy more of them when I get more money. See, my end goal though, I want to sell this one, take the money that I made, which I'm only gonna make like 2 grand probably off of this, and try to buy cheaper ones and get those back and get everything handled and sell those too, and just, you know, keep going, you know. I did thought about like doing container shipping, but I couldn't find a company that was willing enough to go with it and go with the idea. Now the one company I talked to, they only wanted to buy grade 4 and above trucks, and they said it would taken them a year to acquire all 7 of them to put them in the shipping container. And yes, I've seen the TikToks, I've seen the videos. Oh, just get a shipment, get 12 of them. Almost everybody doesn't want to do that. And the reason behind that is because they gotta store them first. So when they store something like that, they charge you storage fees. So you can get like 10 or 7 of them for like $12,000, and you pay the one-time price of the shipping container. So let's just say $2,500. So now you're at 15. Taxes on each one. You probably can get a deal through a broker because they could do all that for you. So I'll probably tack on a couple $1,000, probably 20 grand. You get 7 of them, and if you break that all down, you know, 7 divided by, or 20,000 divided by 7, then you get your cost efficient of importing those. Spare tire. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and let me know if you guys are thinking about importing one, or which model do you want? Do you want the Honda? Do you want a Suzuki? Do you want a Beat? Do you want a Carry? Do you want the van? Like, there's so many things you could do with these, and people love them, and I would love to see more in the States. So till next time, guys, peace.